Hello, YouTube. I'm going to work in the morning. I just dropped off my daughter, then dropped off my wife to her work. Here in We live in North Carolina, and now I'm going to work in the morning. I think I see a lot of people look forward to Fridays, and they're not happy about their 9 to 5 jobs, and I'm not sure why. I think the only way you could be unhappy is if you don't really have bigger and better financial and future goals, which you should have. So, for instance, I work in a corporate job, so does my wife. Income's great, but we're stuck 9 to 5, right? Well, and she doesn't have the freedom that I do, where I can just work from home, I can work remote, I could go to China and still be working. Um, not forever, but I can go for a couple of weeks, and my company, or not my company, the corporate will be okay with that. So back to the question of why and how not to hate your job. And I feel as you work, and if you have goals to save money, for instance, you want certain amount of money, and the goal cannot be save money alone. The goal has to be save for what, right? Passive income. Do you want to buy stocks? Do you want to buy real estate? Do you want to do Airbnb? Do you want to, I don't know, Uber? Whatever you want to do. You want to buy a better car. You want to go on a vacation. You want to surprise your kid, your wife. You want to buy her something. I was about to say diamond, but that would be a bad idea. I never really bought a very expensive wedding ring for my wife because we're just not that materialistic. And we'll talk about the fact that how my wife and I became minimalists. But then again, I like my job. I wake up in the morning and I'm very happy about going to work because I can see that every paycheck, my goals, I'm getting closer and closer to my financial goals. Um, I mean, it was first I wanted to pay off my credit cards, right? We moved here, bought a house, bought a new car, bought all these things, not willy nilly. I mean, I'm not financially irresponsible. Um, I mean, but I have a couple different properties. I want to buy a couple more because the city is growing so fast. Market, I don't know if it's good or not for the real estate. I don't really care. Um, we'll see. As soon as I'm ready and I have saved enough to look for another house, then that's what I'm saying. Every paycheck I can see that the account where I dump money in for my next property grows, and that's exciting. And then I'll put a little bit of money away for my daughter's college. That's exciting. I see that every paycheck, and I kind of remind myself that it's okay. I'm a millennial. My wife and I are millennials, older millennials, but still. So, and we plan to retire in our 30s. So, how do we do that? Don't hate your job. Make sure that your job allows you some freedom. My wife doesn't like her current boss right now because she's being micromanaged. So her entire team is being micromanaged. And micromanaging is just a very bad style of being leadership or management as a whole, and it increases turnover rate and reduces, morale and all that nonsense, good stuff. But we're probably going to get her another job. We're probably going to find her another job. Market is amazing these days for jobs. So in any way, if you're not happy with your job, get another job. Find another job. Get certification. I'm not going to say go back to school because colleges are useless. My wife and I both have college degrees, and it was absolutely useless. The corporate jobs that we have um, do not require degrees, and the income is better than, way better than I could have hoped for. And if I had gone the route of my degree, and if I had actually gotten a job with my degree in the field, I would have been miserable. I would have been probably making 25 to 30% of what I make now. So I always discourage people from going to college unless you're going to become a nurse, doctor, lawyer, an engineer, somewhere where you actually will learn things and use them when you get out. So don't hate your job. If you do, get another job and make goals for yourself. And if you don't write them down, it's highly unlikely that they will come true. You have to write them down. Not because you need to stick them in the shower and on the mirror so you can look at them again, but when you write things down in detail, it helps you think. And Oprah has said this, and other people have said this, my mentors, and they say that when you think about things in detail long enough and you can feel the passion behind it, more often than not, they will come true. And I have always gotten what I wished for. I have always gotten what I wanted in life. And not because I'm a spoiled brat, because I'm not. My parents didn't buy me cars. My parents didn't pay for my college. I took loans out, which I'm still paying, by the way, even today. I was very, very broke until 2015. Extremely broke. Broke as in like making $200 a week. So that's $800 a month. And then all of a sudden I got into corporate jobs and income skyrocketed. I bought a couple properties. It's exciting, but these goals that I'm constantly making for myself and then achieving them helps me like my job even if I normally wouldn't. I know I would not enjoy my corporate job today if I was not saving for another house, if I was not saving for my daughter's college, as if I was not saving for these vacations that my wife and I go on every year. We go on 2 international trips per year, ideally. The year before last, we went on 3 different international travels, so that was really nice. My wife was not working that year. She took that year off, so we were free to travel more. So guys, feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to tell me what else to make videos on so that I can actually talk to you guys more. There's a lot to talk about. This is my wife and I are going to be working on this channel, so she'll be putting in some content, and we'll have a nice little family thing going. For those of you who are in relationships, for those of you who are married, for those of you who have jobs but don't like them, or those who don't have the jobs that they wish they had, the income that they wished they could have. I'm not going to get into passive income at this point. At this point, it's just we're both working in corporate jobs, and we're probably going to be doing that for a couple of years before we get away from 9-to-5 jobs and actually just work in rental properties or do whatever. So let me know. Ask me questions. You can ask me relationship questions. That's okay too. A lot to talk about. I will share a lot, and if I need to bring in my wife on screen to answer some of the questions or do a Q&A live and stuff, I will certainly do that. So it's David here. My wife's Ash. I just got to work. I'm parked here, so I'm gonna get out, go in there like a boss, and just champion my day today. And it's Friday, which is awesome. But not because I've been waiting for Friday. My wife and I have been telling each other for the past 2 days, why does it feel like Friday today? Because in the evenings, there's moments where we'll just blast some music or have a beer or wrestle with my kid, or just sit and watch something and just laugh or do stuff. And watching TV is something I'm going to also talk to you guys about. That's something that people need to definitely control. But in any case, subscribe, and you can hit the bell icon if you want to get notified and so on. But definitely comment. That's where I'm actually more excited about. I will try to reply on all the comments, and if there are questions, I will address them or on the video, or I will address them within the comments and so on. Have a nice Friday, folks.